Hello, sports fan. This is Steven here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering the GOAT debate. Michael Jordan or LeBron, who's better? Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the breakdowns and all the updates. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. I had the pleasure of being alive for both of these guys' career, seeing two of the greatest players to ever play. When you look at Michael Jordan controlling the 90s, being able to rack off 6 championships and being able to be one of the most dominant presences on the basketball court, from the ability to shoot the ball, the iconic shoes, the iconic slam dunk with the tongue out of his mouth. Michael Jordan was able to do everything from movies to television with a little bit of owning an NBA title, owning an NBA franchise. You know, he's done a lot of things. And I think that his legacy is sketched as one of the greatest of all times. And you look at his climb from not only playing baseball to not only leading the dream team to doing so many different things. He had so many pivotal moments. You can look at so many different great moments. The iconic 6 rings, the iconic ESPN 30 for 30 with the Bulls. He's done so many different things and touched everything and became gold. And then you look at, what he's been able to do outside of the game of basketball as far as giving back and doing all those things. It's tremendous, his career. And then you look at what LeBron has done. LeBron has done all those things plus more similar. So when I think of just the status quo, we're only going by basketball at this point. Michael Jordan is considered, I'm going to throw this out there, Michael Jordan is considered the greatest player of all time by many, and he's not the leading stat for assists, rebounds, steals, points. He's not the active leader or was never the active leader for any of those things, and he's still considered the greatest of all time. And I think that we have to understand that what LeBron has done, LeBron has equaled out Jordan's legacy. If you think about it, when you think about everything Jordan has done, LeBron's done a little bit more. Yeah, you could say 6 rings is the factor that everybody holds over his head that he hasn't done, but he can equally say that Jordan's never won a championship for more than one franchise. When you look at LeBron, he's not only won with the Miami Heat, he's not only won with the Cavs, but he won with the Lakers. He's won with 3 different franchises. He has multiple MVPs. He has multiple gold medals. He has multiple things that he's been able to do to accomplish. And you think passing Kareem puts him in a rarefied air to where Michael Jordan was a scorer. Michael Jordan was deemed that as a killer. Michael Jordan was deemed that as a guy that once you get the ball in his hands, he's going to kill you. He's going to drop 30. He's going to drop 40. He was a scorer. So imagine if a non-scorer takes that top of that hill. LeBron essentially took the title from Kareem. And you got to think, Bill Russell's not considered the greatest player of all time, but he has 11 rings. Why don't we talk about that? Kareem's not considered the greatest player of all time, but he had the scoring record for so many years. Wilt had 100 in a game. We don't consider him the greatest of all time. Magic Johnson did so many different things. We don't consider him the greatest of all time. So you got to think, if you're going head-to-head career-wise and you're looking at their individual accomplishment, because greatest player of all time, that's an individual award. That's not a team award. When you look at the numbers by the numbers, when it's all said and done, LeBron would have had more points than Jordan, more assists than Jordan, more steals than Jordan, and more blocks than Jordan. He's already passed him in games played. So when you're thinking about the longevity of something and the ability to play and to be able to put all these accolades together, right now, LeBron has outdone Jordan in damn near every single category. So when you ask yourself, what are we really comparing? Are we considering championships greatness? Because if we're saying, Michael Jordan has 6 and he's the greatest of all time, well, scoot out the way, Bill Russell. If we're just doing argument for argument. So what are we really talking about when we're saying the greatest? The greatest impact on the court by individual player. The greatest impact I've seen is LeBron James. And again, this is coming from somebody who's happened to seen both of them play in their primes. Not just for one game, not just for one season, not just for 2 seasons. Multiple seasons when they were at the height of their MVP reign. Yeah, I hear people in the comment section, well, did you see LeBron get burnt last night? LeBron's damn near 40 years old. Remember, Penny Hardaway gave Jordan and Pippen sauce in the playoffs when they was in their prime. Remember, Grant Hill gave Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen sauce in their prime. Allen Iverson gave him sauce in their prime too. So you got to think. Look, just Google it. Just Google it. Google it. If you don't believe me, Google it. Where Michael Jordan says, "I can't handle him." He mouths, "I can't handle him" to Scottie when the Pistons were playing the Bulls. It's on a YouTube. I saw it for myself. Go look at Penny Hardaway in the playoffs versus the Chicago Bulls, where he goes off on Jordan. He goes off on Scottie, and they eliminate them from the playoffs. So players have different runs and times where they're dominant, where they're struggling. But overall, when it's said and done, when you're looking at their careers side by side, LeBron's accomplishments outweigh Jordan's accomplishments. His impact on the court, the ability to make guys better. Think about this. And even when they talk about Jordan making players better, there's probably no other player in the NBA besides LeBron that's got more people paid than LeBron. Hell, he got Tristan Thompson paid. Enes Verjao paid. Jonas Ilgauskas, Sasha Pavlicek. He's got a lot of people paid. So when you're looking at overall their careers and their achievements, what Michael Jordan done is second to none. It's up there with a lot of those accomplishments, but so is LeBron. And you got to think, coming out of high school, LeBron came straight out of high school because he was gifted. Michael Jordan had to go to college. He wasn't coming into the NBA. Not out of high school. Some people are like, oh, he had a head start. If he was better than Jordan at that point, what are we talking about? They talk about, oh, the game was more physical back then. No, they were committing crimes. When you look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, balls fist up and just punch somebody haul off, that's an assault. That's not a foul. That's an assault. When we look at the Detroit Pistons and what they were doing to people, punching people, kicking people, spitting on people, that's assault. That wasn't basketball. We're talking about dribbling, putting the ball in the hoop. We're talking about fouling people. We're talking about within the confines of the game. Yeah, back then that was allowed, but that shit ain't allowed nowadays. You can't haul off and punch nobody. That's not even a basketball play. So I want you guys to think more outside the box. Use independent thinking. And I want you to understand this last tidbit and nugget. They talk about LeBron leaving and creating a super team. LeBron didn't create a super team. The Celtics were a super team before LeBron. Remember that. The Celtics with Paul Pierce, KG, Rondo, Ray Allen, they were built before LeBron went to South Beach. So you got to keep that in mind. Stop saying that he built this team when players were in on it, just like ownership was in on it in Boston. So, and look at the trade. Look at the trade value and what those guys traded to get what they got. It was peanuts. It was peanuts to what they got traded. So I'm calling LeBron James the greatest player of all time by his accomplishments, not by any bias, seeing what he's done. Jordan is the second greatest player in my eyes. And nothing's going to be able to change that because I've seen both of them play. Even if you haven't seen them play live, you can go back in history and watch games. You can go watch their impact. And literally, LeBron has a similar impact as Michael Jordan. You got to think the power of social media has changed a lot of things to where the impact of followers, the impact of the NBA. LeBron has single-handedly helped develop the NBA into a bigger brand, just like Jordan did. LeBron did a movie just like Jordan did. LeBron has sneakers just like Jordan did. LeBron's won multiple MVPs just like Jordan did. He's won titles just like Jordan did. He's the all-time leading scorer. Jordan's not. He's higher on the assist lead than Jordan is. We're doing rebounds, assists, whatever you want to do. Games played, minutes played. Hell, playoff games played. So get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Who's the greatest of all time? Who's the greatest player? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus for all the breakdowns and all the updates. And we'll see you in the very next video.